Not afraid of nobody. All who want talk, make meme. One, me will go with you toe to toe. Every nonsense you talk, I will respond to it. And as you would have seen with the government, man come out with foolishness, we respond, not go so. Yeah. So make them, and as many memes as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war. Because we cannot allow the people who peddle nonsense, the people who tell lies, we cannot allow them to win.
So this is exactly what I've been warning people about from day one. When Mark Golding, the opposition leader, on day 4, after Hurricane Melissa, when he went with the People's National Party to do that press conference, and I came out immediately and said that this has never been done in the history of Jamaica. I've been through all of the major hurricanes in Jamaica, and I've never seen an opposition call a press conference right in the middle of disaster relief. And now we're seeing a stressed out Prime Minister who now have to be engaging in political warfare. Just imagine the Prime Minister running the country and in 24 hours to see 40% of the country's GDP just go up in flames with Hurricane Melissa. Just imagine that, over $8 billion that could have taken Jamaica to the next level, where every Jamaican would want Jamaica to be, to that level where we consider ourselves like the Singapore of the Caribbean, and all of that damage in 24 hours. So that Prime Minister will have to deal with that type of stress, and now having to fight misinformation, not only from the opposition leader, but the opposition party pretty much throwing gasoline on some of the nonsense that people are talking on social media and spreading this disinformation. Just imagine the Prime Minister of Jamaica having to deal with someone like Andre Stevens call his wife a prostitute, while you look and you see the opposition leader shaking hands with the same person that is describing your wife as an harlot. That is what Andre Stevenson said about the Prime Minister's good wife. And you see the opposition leader shaking hands with this man. So that is what I've been warning against. And now we're seeing an all-out political warfare in the midst of Jamaica's most catastrophic disaster. And this is not going to look good for Jamaica in any way. Like, people on the outside looking in at what is going on in Jamaica, they are not going to feel good about this. But can I blame the Prime Minister for doing this? No, I don't think I can blame him for coming out this way, no, because as I said, when you have all of these misinformation spreading online about the hurricane relief, when you have people attacking your wife, when you have people attacking, personal attack on people in your party, at some point it is going to be frustrating. So I can't blame the Prime Minister for coming out. Yes, so the Prime Minister was at the opening ceremony in Westmoreland of the new police station, and the Prime Minister took the time out now, and this just looked like a political campaign. And this is, as I said, I did not want to see this. The Prime Minister, like a political type campaign address at the opening of this police station in Westmoreland. And the first clip that I'm going to show is the Prime Minister addressing the whole scandal, the whole issue about the generator. Because as I said, everything in this relief effort after Hurricane Melissa have been politicized. So the Prime Minister now have to take time out to address the situation with the generators. So this is what the Prime Minister had to say.
It's the end of its useful life, so that they will always have the backup capability going from here on in. And that's what we have done. Now, what some people would have done if they were the government is to just take it and give it to them friend and give it to them company, and nobody would benefit. That is what they're trying to do, you know. That is why they are saying that nonsense, because that is, they believe that they would get political power by saying, I would give it to my friend and company. And there are those who are not thinking who would follow it. My government doesn't do that. And that is why this government is recognized. There has been no other time in Jamaica's history, when we have been hit by any disaster and the level of support that has come. It is incredible. No other time. Because we are a smart government. We are a thinking government. We are a compassionate government. That's it. So the generators are used to build resilience. But there's one other way in which we're going to use generators. None of these that are given.
Okay, so let's talk about the generators. So we saw the government facing heavy criticism for the past couple of weeks about receiving over 4,000 generators, and people on social media, and you have vloggers out there that they are coming down on the government and saying like, look, you receive all of these generators and you should be ashamed trying to lend out these generators to police stations, schools, and stuff like that. And the Prime Minister had to come out and to address this and to tell the people why these generators cannot be given to regular citizens. But one of the things that the Prime Minister did not explain, I was talking to a friend recently, and that friend went to purchase a generator. And that friend told me that 2 hours use of the generator was over $3,000 in gas. So when you see people on social media running off their mouth and talking a bunch of nonsense, a lot of them don't understand what is going on. How many people in these most devastated areas in Jamaica can afford to run a generator? Like a lot of people living in Upper St. Andrew and all of those places cannot even afford to run a generator. How expensive it is. So these are just some of the things that we need to think about when people are running off their mouth, and to see that, look, these generators, when the Prime Minister came out now to explain, you see that they are best used at police stations, churches in certain communities that operate like a hub. So when you go to those churches, you can charge your phone, you can use your Wi-Fi. So I hope the Prime Minister explaining this now in more detail to the people of Jamaica, they can understand the vision of what the government want to do, because it don't make sense to give out these generators, 4,000 generators to 900,000 people, and people, as I said, people would not be able to afford the gas to put in this generator. So I hope people understand what the Prime Minister, when the Prime Minister explain it like that. And the next clip I want to show is the Prime Minister talking about the care packages and how, people are attacking the government and saying that they're not giving out enough care package, and just the craziness that's going down in Jamaica with this hurricane relief as it pertains to care package.
But I see so many pictures of persons giving out packages. And it is becoming almost the in thing now on social media. Everybody is giving out a package. No, I think in the initial days it's necessary. But I'm also very concerned about the dignity of our people. I don't like my country to be shown as people running to get food, running to get fighting over package and those kind. I don't like that. And it creates a kind of mentality that is not Jamaican. We are independent people at heart. We are independent. We're not supposed to be doing handout. Now, yes, we are in a place where we need to do relief, but we must never give up our dignity. So if you have to give, you don't have to, make it, just give that quietly, man. Give that quietly. Help the people who are in distress preserve their dignity. And the people who are in distress, remember your dignity.
Yes, so what is interesting about this and what I find is good, I think it's a great idea, but of course, I am sure 2 weeks from now, we are going to be talking about people having a problem with this, and it's transitioning from giving out care packages to giving people like a card or a check where they can go to different stores within their community, and they can get stuff from those cards instead of lining up and getting food. And the dignity sometimes that come with lining up and getting these care package, like sometimes people feel like they're losing their dignity, their pride, especially if you are someone that's hardworking and love to do things for yourself, and you just find yourself in this position where you need the help and you have to be lining up and people taking a picture, taking your videos and taking videos of you handing over care package and stuff like that. So this makes sense, as I said, but I am sure 2 weeks from now, we're going to be talking about this and people are going to find something negative to say about the Prime Minister handing out a card where you can go and purchase your own stuff at any grocery store or selective grocery store that the government chooses. I am sure people are going to find a problem with it. So let's continue.
So, which is why I announced a week ago that we are going to transition from giving out of packages, because it's becoming highly political. Who never get, and if you go to a man's place and then him say, oh, you never called me to go give package with you, and you only give to that. Look, the amount of, the funny thing is this, the amount of JLP people who call me to say, PMP, MPs get package and don't come to them. And I said, look, I don't want a political issue. Don't bother make no noise over that. Don't make no noise over that. Right? It is disgusting that persons would want to make political issues over the distribution of aid. We have to bring an end to it then. Because some people can't help themselves. They can't resist it. And so we are going to shift from the distribution of food packages to giving persons coupons or cards that they can go and buy the stuff that they need. Now, they need electricity. There are some communities that are not going to get electricity right away. So what they will get, we will loan them a generator so that when they get back electricity, we can take that back and give it to another shop. That is how you save money, because what we're going to do here is not from the generators that are donated. The government of Jamaica will buy these generators. So it's taxpayers' money. And we have to use it in the most efficient ways. We couldn't take donated generators and give it to business to use. No, donated generators either support government resilience or we give that to NGOs or churches or so. But the ones that we purchase now, we use that in business for people who are going to make profit from it. And they will have the option after it. If they want to buy it, then they can buy it. If not, then we give it to somebody else to use. Because we are a thinking government. The unthinking people who are selfish and just looking for benefits for themselves, they will think another way. And those are the people who got Jamaica into problems. It is that kind of thinking that put Jamaica into problems. It is my kind of thinking that has taken Jamaica out of problems. And it is one thing that you will see about me. Me not afraid of nobody. All who want talk, make me one. Me will go with you toe to toe. Every nonsense you talk, I will respond to it. And as you would have seen with the government, man come out with foolishness, we respond, not go so. Yeah. So make them, and as many memes as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war. Because we cannot allow the people who peddle nonsense, the people who tell lies, we cannot allow them to win. So we will have it out. As I have said, it is not just managing the disaster. It is managing the false information. And we have to go to war with that. Too much false information, distracting the people when we need to have a positive mindset for recovery.
Okay, guys, so that's the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and the Prime Minister hitting out very hard on misinformation, disinformation, and all of the nonsense that is going out there, and the attack on the government in the time of a crisis. People of Jamaica, a lot of people are suffering, a lot of people are without home, which is natural. In a natural disaster, this is not new. Every single natural disaster in my lifetime, from Gilbert to Ivan up to this, anytime you have a natural disaster at this level or anywhere close to this level, there are always going to be homeless people. There are always going to be people with the need of shelter. And the government, even though the government is not obligated to build a house for someone, the government, since I've been here, since I've been born, most governments have tried, along with non-profit organizations, to help people to get back on their feet. And I don't think that this government is doing anything different from what PJ Patterson did in Hurricane Ivan, from what Edward Seaga did when it was Hurricane Gilbert. If anything, I think this government is doing way better than those government back in those days, because our family did not get a zinc or a nail during Gilbert. And during Hurricane Ivan, the relief effort was nowhere close to this. This is the first we're seeing so much of the international community coming to the aid of Jamaica in a natural disaster. Yes, there's always food for the poor, there's always Red Cross, but everybody everywhere in the world is in Jamaica now trying to help. So along with the government and the non-profit organizations from all over the world, I believe that we have never seen a relief effort as magnified as this one that we're seeing in 2025. And one thing I'm going to point out why I think that this is political. We recently experienced Hurricane Beryl. Hurricane Beryl hit Jamaica, even though it was nowhere close to this. This was the same government dealing with Hurricane Beryl, and we did not see this political tribalism with the way the government dealt with Beryl, with Hurricane Beryl. And why is that so? The opposition party at the time was very weak. With 14 seats, the opposition party was quiet. I've said it recently that since the election on September 3rd, we have heard more noise from a strengthening opposition party with 28 seats. We have heard more noise from this opposition party for the last 2 months than we have heard of the last 5 years. So when Hurricane Beryl, when this same government was dealing with Hurricane Beryl, the opposition was weak. The opposition bench was weak. So they could not come out and give as much trouble as they are giving now. But with 28 members and a stronger opposition, now you can see the opposition leader is at work, and they are just disrupting everything. And as I said, that is not good. I don't know their political strategy behind this, because to make this political in a time when Jamaicans could die from these diseases that are coming up now, Jamaicans could die from hunger, why not work together with the government to make sure that all Jamaicans are okay, all Jamaicans can recover from this? And this is what I take away from it. The biggest difference is that the opposition is stronger now than they were when we had Hurricane Beryl, because you cannot tell me that the government is doing anything less than they did during Hurricane Beryl. During Hurricane Beryl, we did not have half of the help that we have right now in Jamaica. And this same opposition is going to come and try to convince people that yes, the same governing party dealt with Hurricane Beryl and people did not complain much about anything. But now, all of a sudden, the government don't know what to do. Even though we have more international relief agency on the ground, we have more field hospitals, we have more food, we have more support from the international community. Make that make sense. So guys, sound off in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on this. Do you believe that the Prime Minister is in his right to come out and to wage war on misinformation, disinformation from the opposition party, from some of the media, and from people online that are spreading all of these lies? Let me know in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. And remember, peace. I'm out.